It's all about sharing conversations, or someone's going to write it for you. Arrow.net, ARROE.net. All right, let's do it. Let's play it forward. These are real people, real stories, the struggle to play it forward. Episode number 513 is with Orlando Mendez from NBC's The Voice.
Hey, Arrow, how you doing?
Absolutely.
Doing great. Thank you so much.
Oh, my God, dude. I know it's early in the morning, but the thing is that we get the opportunity to talk to those that are shaping the future of music, those that are going to be a part of the radio, as well as Instagram and music videos and stuff like that. You do realize the power you have right now, right?
Oh, man, it's. I don't think it's hit me yet fully, but I'm just trying to soak it all in and enjoy this opportunity, you know.
At 26 years old, to be seen on national TV, this right here is like winning the Powerball lottery. Do you feel like that, or is it one of those where you just say, okay, I'm going to breathe, I'm going to take it one step at a time, we're going to grow into this moment?
No, I feel like that. You know, I feel completely and utterly blessed. I mean, I feel like I've been given, like you said, an incredible opportunity. And I just want to soak it in, and I want to take advantage of it, and I want to, you know, be able to use it to advance this beautiful thing, you know, this beautiful career that I'm hopefully on.
Living in Miami, and you and I talking at 8 o'clock in the morning. Boy, my God, you mean this is what it's all about? Oh, come on. Can we not have interviews at 1 o'clock in the afternoon?
Not a huge morning guy, but you know what? I feel great this morning, and I'm happy to be on here with you, Aaron.
One of the things that really inspires me about you is that, you know, Gene Simmons of Kiss says, if you do not believe it's the greatest thing on the planet, nobody else will believe it. The fact that you came into this game calling yourself the Cuban Cowboy, Orlando, I'm seeing big things for you, dude. You are marketable.
Thank you, man. I appreciate it. I just wanted to come in and be authentic, man, and be who I am, and you know, hope that the nation at large would embrace that.
See, that's what I love about you, is the fact that you are authentic, and you know how it is when it comes to creativity. We like to hide behind it so often that it's like, okay, I'm going to let that speak for me, but that we never get to see the artist and stuff. But you're not afraid to say, well, I am an artist and I'm on a journey, and I may not be perfect, but I'll share with you a song.
Right. I mean, that's what I'm in this for, to be honest with you. I mean, I love music is my passion, but I also want to touch people through that music. I also want to connect with people. That's my biggest goal in life, is just to connect with as many people as I can, man. And so, you know, coming in and being vulnerable and being yourself and letting people see who I truly am, that was my main goal. And I'm glad it's kind of, you know, it's coming to fruition. Being
down there in the Miami area, John Cicada and Gloria Estefan from the Miami Sound Machine, they have always embraced the music of the future. Have they reached out to you, or do you expect them to reach out to you since you are making that scene?
Man, it would be incredible to hear from Gloria Estefan. You know, I hope our paths cross. You know, I hope we cross paths soon. But I actually heard from a friend of mine the other day that his dad knows John Cicada, and John Cicada wants to sing a song with me.
Oh my God!
How crazy is that?
I totally get it. No, I've been with John. I totally get it. John, you know, the way that I'm telling you, these two have embraced the scene of the Miami area, and to watch them really bring people forward. I'm not shocked that I guarantee you're gonna meet up with both of them.
I mean, that would be a dream come true. I grew up listening to Miami Sound Machine, and my parents have played it a bunch, so that would be incredible.
Wow. And to sit down with them, oh my God, what they bring is the past forward into a place where people like yourself, Orlando, can understand that this isn't just about the now. This is about how we're bringing music forward and really affecting the next generations.
Absolutely. That's it's special what they've done and what they continue to do, you know.
So your band is still inside its infant stages, learning to collaborate with others, especially since, you know, you're on that stage on NBC's The Voice all by yourself. But when you're with that band, you've got to work with other people.
Yeah, and that's been, you know, it's a learning process. We continue to grow every day. Honestly, we've been blessed. We haven't had that many disputes, you know, but we continue to grow every day. We continue to learn how to deal with each other and navigate the different personalities. And I've kind of tried to take a leadership role there and getting the guys to understand this is a team effort. You know, no one guy can think that they're better or bigger or more important than any other, and that's what makes it work, and so we're learning and growing every day, but I'm blessed with a great group.
Oh my God. And the one of the things that I've learned about being, because I was part of a garage band. I loved being part of a garage band because you're right. Everybody comes with an idea. I love the birth of a song where you may come in there with the song hook, but then the bass guitarist brings in the rhythm. And all of a sudden the drummer says, well, let's tap into that. I mean, I love that collaboration where everybody has to work together.
Yeah, that's honestly one of my favorite parts. We were actually in the studio a couple of weeks ago, and a lot of the stuff we came in there with, it ended up changing and growing and evolving because of what you said. Different ideas. You get an idea from the bassist, from the drummer, and you see a song kind of all come together, and that's a beautiful thing, I think.
When you say that you're in the studio, I think one of the toughest things that I've had in recording music in the studio is the fact that you become the perfectionist because of the punch edit, because they're saying, okay, well, let's redo this section of the song over again. To me, I mean, it's and then you've got to take it out to a live stage, but you don't have punch edit when you're out there at the live stage.
That's right. That's right. No, you can get caught up in that for sure. We try to make our songs sound as as live as we can, that we can recreate this on stage, that we go take this to a crowd of 100 or 1,000 and it sounds the same as the record. But yeah, you can get caught up in perfectionism and, punching in here and there, adding 100 different elements, but then you lose kind of that live quality about it,
Yeah, because I mean that's one of the things, and I'm blessed with the opportunity to talk to every musician that's getting back out on the road again, and that's the one thing that they missed during the lockdown was that live feeling. One day I'd love to post all the interviews that I had with those artists that were locked up. What about you? When you were locked up in the COVID lockdown, what did you do? You were in a place but you couldn't express.
Yeah, it was tough. That was probably a really, one of the toughest parts of my life for me, but I kind of tried to turn it around. I learned how to play guitar, which I didn't know how to do before. I kind of taught myself how to play guitar. I was writing a whole bunch, wrote a bunch of songs, and kind of tried to use it,
Did you record at home? Because, I mean, I think it's cool that artists can do that nowadays because of technology.
Yeah, definitely recorded at home. I was recording with other musicians, recording parts and Zoom things. Zoom jams and whatnot.
To be with Camila Cabello, first of all, it's a pop star, and does it kind of just bump into what you're doing, or is it one of those where you're going, I'm going to learn what you're doing on that pop scene because I'm going to make what I do a little poppy, but I'm going to stay true to my roots?
Yeah, I think something that I've been able to learn from her is just how to tap into what people are yearning for, right? What people want to hear. She's kind of tapped into this pop meets Latin music kind of fusion that just works. I mean, she's become one of the biggest pop stars in the world. So just learning from her how to kind of feel out the landscape of music and filling a need or a void that's there, kind of using it.
One of the things I'm very proud of you about is the fact that you are not afraid to use that falsetto voice. I mean, there are so many people that don't want to go into that higher range. My God in heaven, you have got a voice, dude.
Thank you, brother. I appreciate that. I mean, you know what? And I was like that until recently. I didn't go into my falsetto much. I was nervous about the way it sounded or that, I had this real strong chest voice, but then I go into this falsetto and it's real light and kind of airy. And then who really made me embrace that was Camila, but also Charlie Puth.
Charlie Puth, of course.
Charlie Puth.
Dude, I just heard
came on and
I just heard an interview with him on Howard Stern. Do you realize that he wants to quit music and go back to teaching?
No way.
That's what he said. And I sat there and I about drove off the dang road when he said that. He says, I love teaching people so much that I really want to go back into teaching.
That's crazy. And quit music altogether.
Yeah, that's what I said too. You can't quit music. You can't do it.
You can't quit music. He's so good. He's so good at what he does, and the world needs his music, man. But he's an incredible teacher. I've just, from what I've seen of Charlie Puth, is that he's incredible at making music, he's an awesome producer. But then I got in the room with him, and all of the things that he was able to tell me I was able to take that to the stage and translate, directly to my performance. He's so good at what he says and the way he helps singers. So, I mean, I think that's really special too, and something that he should continue to use.
Oh my God. I just love that about what you're picking up on, that, what he's sharing and stuff like that. We are such in a great generation of music. Orlando, you got to come back to this show anytime in the future. The door is always going to be open for you.
Absolutely, man. This is great. I've had a great time here with you, and I'd love to be back anytime.
Absolutely. Will you be brilliant today, okay, sir?
Thank you. You too, Arrow. Appreciate it.
You bet.
Hey, bud.
What's that now?
He's yours until 40.
Oh, good, dude. Orlando, it's been a long time. How have you been?
Been great, man.
You have a double this hour, a double next hour, and a double in the last hour.
Oh, see, there you go. That's what I like about Mike. He always creates room for us to have conversations because, I mean, that's the one thing about music these days, Orlando, is the fact that we get the songs, but we don't get the stories. And so to be at this level with you right now, I can't imagine. I mean, I'll give you a good example. I've done these interviews with NBC's The Voice for 7 years. People that I talked with 7 years ago are still their interviews are still getting thousands of hits.
I love that. Just the magic of the magic of media, man. That's awesome.
How are you participating with that process, Orlando?
I'm just trying. I'm trying to talk to as many people as I can. I'm trying to really get my voice out there and try to get people to hear my story as well. Understand me better as a person, not only what you see on stage and performance, but actually the person that I am and the message that I have to give.
You bring up a good point about that message on stage and stuff like that. And I got to tell you, I have become such a huge fan of Post Malone because he brings a message. You cannot judge a book by its cover with Post Malone.
He is an incredible artist, and you're so right. What he brings on stage, the brand that he brings, it's like, he's got the face tats and he's all tatted up, but just the joy and the happiness that he brings to the stage, this like energy of just utter joy. And it's you can feel it through his songs and also through his performance. I feel like that should be the goal of every artist.
So many of these artists, such as Post Malone and stuff like that, say that music and creativity come to them between 11 and 4 o'clock in the morning. Are you inside that definition as well?
Absolutely. I'm a night owl, late night guy. I'd rather work, midnight to 4 or 5 in the morning than early in the day, for sure. I feel like the creative juices get flowing after midnight. Yeah.
How do you deal with that? Because, I mean, I call it the beast, and I've had to learn how to communicate with the beast because that beast wants to be up that early in the morning, yet I got a real job to do in the daytime.
Yeah, it's tough to manage sometimes. It's tough to navigate. You don't want to stay up all night and be creative, but then also want to get stuff done during the day and be productive. So I've kind of found that a little bit of a happy medium.
Now, how do you deal with the fact that what you can put inside? Because first of all, I love going into a studio. I can live and breathe and eat and have my entire life inside the studio because there's just something about the vibration of a microphone in front, or just the energy that's inside the room. And you're going, okay, I'm going to use this to grow forward. Are you in the same boat?
Yeah, no, I love being in the studio. I love the creative process. I love getting new music recorded. It's just so exciting. It's honestly, there's huge excitement in seeing a passion project, something you poured yourself into, like a song, come to life, and knowing that you're going to be able to share that with so many more people. It's special.
What is your bad moment in the studio? And I'll explain what I mean is that I went into the studio because it's always about paying for that studio time and stuff like that. But I went in there and people go, "Oh, you do car commercials, huh? Let me hear your radio voice." And I was sitting there, joking around, having a good time. I couldn't sing that day because I was doing the car commercial voice and I blew out a vocal cord. Have you had anything like that?
Oh yeah.
Oh God,
I definitely have. We've gone into the last. So not this recording session, but the last recording session with my band, there was one day I just woke up and, it might have been an accumulation of doing gigs and singing in the studio, but I just was so hoarse. I couldn't sing.
Yep.
And, you got to work around it. You know, we punched it in here and there, but had to find other things that we can do for that day.
Yeah, because I mean, I've done songs where I was singing like with a higher falsetto type voice, but in the studio that day, my engineer looked at me and said, "No, take it lower, take it to a different range." And it was like, I mean, I love that he did that because the song sounds so much better. But it's like, why did I have to go through such a bad moment in order to get where we ended up?
Yeah, and it's, you know, you were able to adjust, and that's what you have to do because, I mean, sometimes the cards, it's not ideal, but the cards you're dealt, but you got to make it work, you know, in that studio time.
Singing Elton John's Rocket Man. You know, there's a lot of people that are out there viewing going, how dare you? But yet you did very well with that song.
Thank you so much, Arrow. You know, we took a different approach to it. That was kind of a different version that we were working with, and kind of like a countrified, slowed down version of it. And some people loved it. I've seen some people hate it. You know, I've seen comments of people hating it, some people loving it. So I think overall, though, the feedback has been really, really positive, and a lot of people have said how they enjoyed the rendition. They enjoyed what Ava and I did with it, the spin that we took. So that's my goal, as long as most people like it who are watching.
Mm-hmm. Now, one of the things, first of all, I love it when viewers or listeners, you know, come up and they criticize you and stuff like that, because, you know, it's one of those things where you're going, well, at least they're talking about me. If they stop talking about me, then I've got to create something. You talk about me all you want, just spell my name right.
That's true. That's true. You know, you got to take the good and the bad. I'm here for
it. All right, man. You and I are both long hairs. How important is that long hair to you?
Oh man, my main. No, man, it's important. I've had long hair now for since probably sophomore year of college.
Yep.
I used to have it real long. I mean, like middle of my back, kind of long, and then a couple years ago I cut it a little shorter. But man, I love my long hair, and I'm not gonna get rid of it anytime soon.
Dude, when I had it in the middle of my back the first time, I was in Taekwondo, and I would go to all these fighting tournaments and stuff like that. But all these little people that would take me on would figure out a way to reach behind me and pull it, and so this way they could get and it was like, you know, this has got to stop right now.
That's gotta be cheating. That's cheating.
Well, they lose a point. They lose a point to gain 2 points, because if you get the right hit in Taekwondo, it's all about gaining points. I'll lose a point to get that.
That's true.
So what is your goal? What is your vision? Because, you know, and I know that we can't write our stories, but we can experience the journey.
Mm-hmm. And that's a big thing I'm trying to do, is enjoy the journey. You know, my aspirations are obviously to have a wider, just wider bandwidth, touch more, be able to touch more people's lives, connect with more people, have my music be heard by, hundreds of thousands and millions of people, be able to connect in that way and tell the stories that I want to tell, the message that I want to deliver of human connection, and shared human experience.
Yep.
That's really what I'm here for, man. And so I'm trying to enjoy the journey, every single part of that. I pray that one day I'll have a wider bandwidth and broader scope of people that I'm touching than I am today. But even today, I'm trying to enjoy where I'm at and the people I have in my life and the people I'm able to touch.
Well, I hope that you enjoy talking with all the radio people around the nation, because I love your story. And you know what? A lot of us in this industry are going to be looking at you going, I'm going to be talking to you about 25,000 more times in the future.
I hope so, man. I really enjoy this. I enjoy sitting down, and I enjoy talking to some incredible personalities, man. So I appreciate you having me.
All right, man. Well, you be brilliant, and you come back to this show anytime. All right, Orlando?
Me too, Arrow. Appreciate you, man.